Yeah, here comes the rain again. Well, hello, you gardening wonders. I'm in the garden, and as the title suggests, we've had a bit of a challenging week weather-wise. I'm going to show you what I've got here because there are things here in the back garden that should have been planted out a while ago. I just couldn't get to it this week. We've had torrential rain. The chair that you are on at the moment is getting blown about by the wind. It's not very strong today compared to what we've had this week, but it's enough. I've been trying to weatherproof the garden and the polytunnel. Get away again. Stop rocking. Is it? Okay, I've moved you slightly. I hope that's a little more stable. It doesn't look very stable, but I'm only going to be a minute. Yeah, it's been a challenge. I want to show you what I've been trying to do because you'll see for yourself in a minute. These are some of the brassicas that should have been put out already. I've got kohlrabi in there. Yes, I've got more kohlrabi. They're doing quite well. I'm actually quite pleased I've got extras though, because the ones that are there are getting attacked, the ones I planted out, so they might just be the only ones I have this year. But I've got, hang on, what's this one? Cauliflower Romanesco, that really should be out. I just could not get to the plot this week. It was horrendous rain. It's sunny today, but it's been so windy. What are these? It says Amsterdam forcing. Oh, that's a carrot. That's definitely not what that is. Oh, for goodness sake. That doesn't look like a carrot to me. Oh, I don't know. What's this? Right, that's Savoy cabbage. That is not the same leaf shape, so I doubt that. Oh, hang on. All year round cauliflower. Okay, that could be an all year round cauliflower. And if you think I've gone mad, yes, I do have them in a new cat litter tray because, and hear me out here, look at the depth there. One, they don't blow over in the wind, and I can put a lot of water in there so they're not going to dry out. Compare that with the likes of this. That's what you tend to get, these trays. That's not the same size. It's quite good, but that's not the same depth at all. So if you don't want your plants to fall over cat litter trays, I'm telling you, they work. Or basically anything you can get your hands on. Anything. These are the beans that are going to be going onto the wonderful A-frame that I did construct, if you saw that video. What have I got here? Runner beans, Blue Lake. Yeah, they'll catch up. These ones, funny enough, I had these outside all the time, and these were in the polytunnel. Too hot. So I'll let them get a little bigger because at that size, slugs and snails could just eat the lot. So I'm going to leave them a little while longer, let them get bigger, let the others do what they need to do, and then they can go out. But I've got them all behind the shade. Same as the brassicas over here, because I want them sheltered from the wind and not in direct sun. Now, when I started this video it was sunny. 5 minutes. 5 minutes later it's clouding over. Looks like it might rain again. And this is what we've been dealing with all week with this weather. Now, some things don't seem to mind. Now, we lettuce things are starting to come on. I know it's messy at the back here. I'm not finished. I'm still working on it. So those lettuce, I think that's Little Gem just starting to come. I've got my mixed salad in my polystyrene box. They're starting to come up now. I lost a couple, but as always, I oversow, so I have extras. Pak choy, even though I put it in the shade, it's going to seed. So I don't want it to flower, so I'm going to take that off. I'll just need to take some of those leaves. Spinach, however, trying to see if I'll get away with that a bit longer. Oh, they want to flower, don't they? Actually, look at that now, look at the difference there. Right? Pak choy, side by side, but the ones that can hide behind the spinach, not going to flower yet, and yet these ones can't wait. More brassicas here, cauliflower, and there's the rain on. So, I was right to bring this indoors, however. The polytunnel is fair, ticking along nicely. My tomatoes, I've potted a lot of them up this week, so they're looking quite happy. Aubergines, the back. Oh, there, one of my aubergines. Not huge. I hope they'll just continue to grow. I don't know. I don't think I've ever grown them properly before. I have lots of tomatoes. Another mix there of aubergine and cucumber. Oh yeah, check this out. Look, I've actually got a happy couple of cucumber plants. I'm delighted. It's a long time since I've had a decent cucumber plant. I don't know what happened the last couple of years, but they were awful. So fingers crossed. Oh, I haven't even got them in the mate. I was going to put some in the polytunnel up at the allotment. I haven't done it yet. I really need to tie that up. Look at the flowers on it already. Oh, I am happy with that. And that one. Okay, that's good. Happy. Now, I brought some squash into the polytunnel because outside, as you can see, it's just too cold. It is just too cold. When I see all of you that you've got everything planted out, I just can't do it. I've put a couple of things out. I think they've died. I haven't checked on them in a couple of days because I couldn't get up. Look at that. These things have been in, then back out, then back in, then back out, and they're not doing very well. So I'm going to leave them in, but I'm going to leave the door open. That is my back at the moment. Seed HQ as it was, now Seedling HQ. And this is just where I keep things. It's quite a sheltered corner of the garden. Doesn't get all the sun right at the back there. That's the more shady part. That's where I tend to put my salads. And here are things that I'm thinking, oh well, they'll be moving out soon. I just can't get them out yet. So I'm hoping the weather's going to calm down. I've been keeping an eye on that forecast. The weather's due to calm down within a week. So over the next couple of weeks, these trays will be getting emptied as I put things onto the plot. It's just difficult. You're constantly fighting the weather. What can you do? So do you see what I mean? This week has been a real struggle. One minute you think, oh, it's sunny, I'll run out and do something. Before you know it, it has been torrential rain to the point where people are just scarpering. Plants have taken a battering. They're soaking, they're drowning in water, and then you go out a wee while later and they look like they haven't been watered for ages. It's really weird. And then they're getting battered with the wind. Today is calm, wind-wise. I was watching the polytunnel from the kitchen window yesterday, and even though I've got, quite a good system of, I'll bury the cover, we all bury the cover, like I'll make a trench round, I did a video about it, so I'll make a trench round, put stones or bricks round the edge, cover that with soil, I've got a whole way of burying it so that it won't come up. But the winds have been so strong, I've been watching from the kitchen window thinking, the cover's going to come off, it's going to come off. Luckily, touch anything would, I suppose a plant would do, it hasn't happened yet, it's okay, as you can see. It does get quite hot in here. People didn't believe me when I'm saying, oh, it's really hot, because I got a new thermometer to check, and I'll show you here. It says the maximum has been 44.9 degrees centigrade. It's currently 26.2, and the minimum has been 4.9. Doesn't feel like 26, although I'm in a t-shirt. It takes a lot for me to go about in a t-shirt, so it must be okay. But look, I don't know if the numbers will show properly. Actually, I'm going to clear that and see what I get tonight. So what I've decided to try and combat it is, it's different when you've got a polytunnel and it's not a greenhouse, so I can't just open a window. This polytunnel I really like because it's got a door at either end. So I'm going to leave this end open. It's the more sheltered side. It tends to get battered on the other side. This polytunnel is great for that. You get a real good choice here. So I'm going to leave this side open so that the air can circulate. It'll cool it down but still stay warm. They're going to be nice and protected from any wind. I'm trying to come up with a way of making sure that they're always watered without having to go out and check them every 10 minutes. And I think what I'm going to do, I don't have these fancy self-watering pots and I don't have this electric self-watering system or anything like that. But I do have old towels and sheets. And what I'm going to do is cut some strips, lay it in, because everything I grow, and I'll put this thermometer down so I can show you. Let's see. This is just a cheapy one, so it'll probably bend and snap. But everything in here is in some sort of tray or container to catch the water. So the plan is to put strips of material in the base of every container, then water it so that they can get the water they need without being drowned. She says very optimistically. That's the plan. Yeah, the wind's picking up again. And the birds are going mad. What's new? So that's where I am. That's what I'm doing. And I just wanted to show you that it's not that I'm not gardening. I've been trying to pop things up. I've been doing it in the kitchen because there's no way I'm coming out here in that rain. Still trying to keep the garden going. Still trying to. I've been potting up kale today because, like I say, couldn't get up. But they're really big. I'll show you them actually. They're too big. So, and they were just grown in a cell tray, so I had to pop them up. I'll try and get them out again within the next couple of weeks. Get everything moving out. And that's where I am. There are some positives. There are always positives in gardening. There are always challenges in gardening. That's why we like it. Some of the nasturtiums are flowering. The French marigolds, petite marigolds, whatever they're called, some of them are flowering. So yeah, cucumbers are happy. I'm happy. And I'm also going to show you, just before I go, I've shown you the courgettes and the squash that I have out here. I didn't put them all out here. I've still got some in the house and they're very happy. Too happy. It's becoming a problem. So that's the kale that I planted out. Like I said, it was too big in the cell tray, so I've had to move that. Some peas that I had left over, which that's the other peas that I had left over, so I've just put them in the troughs in the garden. And I'm trying some celery in the trough this year. I figured I can keep an eye on it easier here and make sure it's always well watered. She says, not much of a problem with that this week. But, you know, good intentions and all that. So these are my chilli plants, and they are considerably bigger than the ones I have in the polytunnel. So some of them have got their flowers, which is a good sign. Others have got their buds ready. And then we have the pumpkins that I didn't put out yet. They're nearly halfway up the window and they are very big, very happy. But with these temperatures, I daren't put them out. So that one's a courgette. That one, in fact, these three are tromboncino. I daren't put any of them out yet because they will die. That's a St. Martin pumpkin. And the one at the end, this one, is an Atlantic giant. I'm really hoping I can get all of them planted out soon because they are starting to block light in this room. So there you go. I told you they were looking happy. Far too happy, actually. The chilies are looking good. I've got a couple here. They're not quite at the same stage as some of the ones in the house, but yeah, they're good. Tend to do quite well in chilies. Again, I'm crossing my fingers. I take nothing for granted in gardening. So yeah, I think that's us all caught up with the garden. I'll show you the allotment next time. But if you have made it this far, thank you very much for your company. I never take that for granted either, by the way, but I do appreciate it. So until the next one, you take care of yourself.